Please listen carefully.
Well, hello, universe, and welcome to the Optimist Daily Update. I'm Kristy Jansen.
And I'm Summers McKay.
And we're part of the team behind the Optimist Daily, making solutions the news. We bring you reader-funded solutions news every day in order to change the tenor of news media, social media, and the direction of your day to help make it one focused on solutions.
7 days a week, we publish positive news stories written by award-winning journalists and delivered online to your inbox and through our social channels. And also, we are sharing these solutions in a commute-worthy, walk-worthy, home office-worthy, in the office-worthy, dog-walking-worthy podcast. Today is Wednesday, the 20th of October, 2021. So, Kristy, tell us about your walk with Tucker this morning.
Oh, well.
You're like, wait, I wasn't prepared for that.
I was not prepared for that. It was pretty standard. We got to go all around my neighborhood, and that was about it. He saw his dog Nemesis from a distance, and I didn't let him get too close. And he tried to pursue, but I would not let him.
Funny. What kind of dog is his dog Nemesis?
There's this one dog. I don't know what kind of dog. It's a black and white dog. It's not that big. But for some reason, he hates it. And he just doesn't like this dog. And there was one time that this dog was in my part of the neighborhood, and he got out without his leash on, and he just went after it.
Oh, Lordy.
And the owner of that dog is this small woman who was like holding it up and yelling at me. I mean, he didn't do anything really. He just doesn't like this dog. Mm-hmm. Doesn't smell good.
Mm-hmm. Probably a reason. I don't know. Well, my little girl, Cleo, my dog girl, not my person girl, and I are sort of joined at the hip right now because we are kind of in those last probably month of her life. She's still not in pain or not in tremendous discomfort, but we are just spending a lot of time together because she kind of needs attention all the time. And I have to say that there is something very gentle and gracious. I know that we had talked about that I was potentially going to get another puppy at the beginning of her being sick because we wanted to have a transition animal. But one of my friends recommended that we not, and that we were pretty close to the end with Cleo, so we stay focused on her. And so it's very sad, but it's also very beautiful because she's just been this amazing Nana dog for myself and for Brennan and for our older kids. And so I am cherishing those last few walks. They don't last as long as they used to with my beautiful girl, Cleo. So I want to thank you yesterday for having a conversation about loss and understanding. And I did some research on how to talk to my daughter about it. And we may just have an article on the Optimist Daily in the coming weeks explaining and giving people some tips and insight on how to talk to kids about losing a pet. So that, as weirdly sad as it may sound, is actually like a really peaceful part of my life. And I've kind of found some more peaceful parts of my life through getting Zen by doing certain things that make me feel better. Kristy, how do you feel about Zen from things that make you feel better?
I love Zen about things that make me feel better. I think I spoke on yesterday's podcast about my recent experience with acupuncture and how I felt it had transformed my energy profile and brought me deep relaxation. Since then, that's several days now, I've been sleeping better. I've been feeling more at peace in a way I didn't even realize I was amped up. And so, of course, the writers were listening, and they found a good article about the surprising benefits of acupuncture. And so that's the headline I'm going to focus on today, since that's one thing that I've been reminded of, the tremendous potential benefits of getting an acupuncture.
You and I are both such acupuncture advocates, and like you were kind of out of your acupuncture practice, but you're back in it. So what do we know? What do we know it's good for?
Well, what we know is, and just to refresh people who may or may not be that familiar, acupuncture is a Chinese medicine practice, and it consists of placing needles in the skin to promote healthier energy, or the qi or ki, the flow throughout your body. And it's been used for 2,500 years, 1,000 years. it's a core part of the Chinese medicine practice. In today's world, in the West, it's used for a wide variety of reasons, from stress management to chronic pain management. And although it has roots in ancient medicine, many modern doctors believe that its benefits come from the strategically placed needles, which stimulate the nervous system, the muscles, and the connective tissue. Not everybody is a believer, and some of the studies, the scientific studies, have been inconclusive. But a lot of people that I know, and I personally swear by it for improved physical health. And I do think that there's sort of this energetic healing that can happen. So if you are interested in trying it, there are a number of benefits which can come from it, which include improved mood, headache relief, improved sleep, immune support, energy boost, controlling your blood pressure, reducing allergies, making your digestion healthier, and also improving fertility. So those are all different things. I don't think we want to go into each of the pieces, but I recommend, if you're interested in this, go on to today's Optimist Daily and read about the different ways that acupuncture does impact these different categories of health. For example, with sleep, it improves the body's ability to produce melatonin, which is a regulation hormone that helps you sleep. It promotes a healthier heart function and lowers your blood pressure, which, touches on all these different areas of balancing you out. And so I just think that it's an alternative healing modality that is worth looking into.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And, that Eastern and Western medicine and ancient and new medicine all together comes together in sort of that holistic solution, right? Mm-hmm. We talk about solutions not being siloed, and that really, I think, comes to our health as well.
Sure.
Funny story about improved fertility. I actually was not going to see an acupuncturist for fertility, but instead was going to see an acupuncturist to release grief about infertility and to allow myself to completely release the grief of the struggle my husband and I had in trying to conceive a child. We had seen a Western doctor who gave us a pretty big ticket if we wanted to do IVF. That didn't feel good to our family. We did not choose to do that. And so I went to an acupuncturist to say, I just need to release this and truly let it go. Love the children that I am blessed with, that I got, with my husband, and move on. And, oops. It turned out that it made for very fertile ground. So
you released the grief so deeply that you actually conceived.
Yep.
Congratulations.
So yeah. Not in the past, not now. Just
I know. That was 3 years ago now. So what do you want to?
So I want to talk about something that also gives me peace and grace and joy and space, and that is Spain. We're going to take a little adventure tourism trip for my headline today. The article headline reads, residents of this small Spanish town may pay less taxes the more they recycle. The small Spanish town of La Nucia is located just 10 kilometers away from the touristy seaside resorts of Benidorm. But compared to skyscraper-dominant neighbor, La Nucia's architecture ranks high in sustainability. So this fabulous little town has ecological architecture that has won the town 3 Architizer Awards. And the more the residents recycle, the fewer taxes they actually pay. Owning an electric car in La Nucia is also rewarded with wide availability of free EV charging spots. Now, I love this idea of this beautiful little town saying that they are going to take on climate change and make themselves, I don't know, Kristy, should we call it a cool city?
I think it sounds pretty cool to me.
Sounds pretty cool, right? So the first step, according to the town mayor, was to remove traffic from Old Town. And then afterward, they wanted to, really discuss the town's sustainable transformation. Several lines of work were created. They created new green areas, replanted all of the landscaped areas with native pines to create lungs throughout the municipality, improving the air quality in La Nucia. And the town architects also got involved, ensuring sustainable buildings stay at the forefront of town's development. So they have new ways to save energy in all of their buildings. One of the quotes in the article says, "In the end, what you're going to have is buildings with great thermal inertia." Spain gets really hot. In the first place, it's a little more expensive to build, but over time, it is much more profitable economically. So I love that they've gone from everything from color to tax benefits to planting lungs in the city in La Nucia, and it just makes me want to go on a trip to this precious little Spanish town.
Yeah, I think it's fun to think about how the systematic approach and the totalitarian approach, it touches on all the different areas of making it a human city that is very sustainable, and the tax benefits, the free electricity for your electric vehicle, the passive heating and cooling by building smarter for the area. All of these things. I love it. This is a great article. I'm going to be looking at this for my Cool Cities.
I was going to say
here in Santa Barbara.
I'm not sure we've shared with the podcast audience some of the work you are doing through your executive directorship of the World Business Academy, but what are you guys working on right now?
Well, I don't want to say anything yet because we're only finalists. We're not winners.
Hey.
So
finalists is a pretty darn
we're in
good
the
place
running
to be.
for
Yes.
We're in the running for a really interesting program that would bring significant funding into Isla Vista and UCSB to move it towards a true net zero community. And if we win it, then I'll talk more about it. At this point, I'm not going to talk about it.
All right.
I don't want to jinx anything. I'll know next week where we are a finalist. We're one of 5 cities in California, and we for one of 3 spots. So hopefully we'll win one, and we'll be able to implement some of the plans that we're starting to develop and start building a community of cool city.
Yes, like La Nucia. Well, listen, regardless of whether or not you all end up winning, I want to congratulate you and the World Business Academy for becoming finalists and participating in effecting change to make this world a better place. It is an honor to work with you, and you're kind of a badass.
Thank you. So, but it's not me. It's also with the Mo Lovegreen at UCSB and Robin Elander, Global Good Impact. It's a team effort, and I can't take much credit because it's having a great team is what makes you win.
All right. Well, having a great team means there are other great stories on the Optimist Daily today. And one of them one of the stories I love is how to encourage creativity in children. France bids adieu to plastic packaging for fresh produce. California becomes the first U.S. state to enforce gender-neutral toy aisles. These are the inaugural winners of the Earthshot Prize. What else do we have, Kristy?
Well, the EU is giving away 60,000 free Interrail tickets for European youth to encourage rail travel. There's 6 ways to end bedtime procrastination. There's
Now, is that for us or for the little ones?
I don't know. We'll have to go check out that story, see what the content is. Help scientists locate walruses by becoming a walrus detective. This little citizen science project that anybody can get involved with. And we almost talked about this, but we elected not to. Shades of Favor is the first all-Black female group to summit Kilimanjaro. Yay, go girls. Love it. And that is it for today's Optimist Daily Solutions. Thank you so much for listening to the Optimist Daily Update. We promise to keep sharing positive solution-based stories with ideas on how you can participate, get involved in the changing world, and help ensure it is changed for the good. We promise to keep covering current events with accurate, legitimate sources and offering you the information we all need to help chart new paths for all of us.
Everybody, thank you for listening to the Optimist Daily Update. Consider becoming an emissary on theoptimistdaily.com. And for as little as $5 a month, you can become part of the solution, changing consciousness and addressing our world's challenges. Help us keep the Optimist Daily free to all who need it, supported by those who can. Thanks all. We'll see you tomorrow.